Yeah, should we just say that Bagel gets like 1 more AC or something like
Cover.
that? Just so he has something.
You have one of those moments where you feel like you're insane.
All the time.
I was wearing a jacket earlier today.
The voices tell me it's fine though.
Yeah.
Alright, meow. And move. There you go.
I think this is the last time we're getting together before the holidays, yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like once the holidays hit, it's gonna be a little harder to...
Yeah.
So in the interest of giving maximum time to the game, I have little Christmas presents for everyone. It is a golden D20,
Thank you so much.
and it comes with the
Wow.
caveat that once per session in the real campaign, you can roll that one and get a +1 to the roll.
Oh.
Basically,
Yeah.
because it visited Zinder Split's Bobbles and Bits to pick up you guys. Advisor Coyle told you guys that the experimentation has stopped. However, they had a problem seizing what you guys wanted from them. You guys obtained your new gear from them, and then battled a very scared new weird that was dubbed the Fulminarium. Unable to pacify it, you guys did swiftly euthanize it. You guys calmed the world soul and took it back. Upon returning it, you guys were able to kind of dial in the lens that you guys had crafted from the Valenstu, and kind of narrow down the Simic's involvement. Reported your findings to all the guild leaders where you guys met, and then incriminate the Simic, but basically and tell everyone that this is the Simic's doing. Summoned their leader, and she also did not know this. So you guys surmised is that it was a rogue faction within the Simic. And then there was an explosion. You guys are where you had gathered the first time.
Yeah.
The big arena.
Yeah.
Right.
And the explosion was coming from the Simic area, right? Well, that's an issue.
The guild leader that was there, she did tell you guys that's the advancionists. They take things to the extreme as far as experimentation and stuff like that. So what they do isn't always kind of sanctioned by the Simic.
Right. How far are we from where the explosion came from?
9 miles, I believe.
I have a question not related to the story, but for plane shift, it says it costs 250 gold. Are we doing the gold prices for spells?
So I haven't done that, and it's the last session, so I'm not gonna make you do it now.
If we need to protect Bayo, I can send him to heaven.
So as you kind of fly high enough to kind of see what's going on, what you guys heard, that explosion, that was actually literally the air kind of being torn asunder. What you guys see is over top of the Zonnet 7, you see it's almost like when a bomb goes off, you guys see the clouds had parted almost like in a perfect circle. And then you guys are seeing that it's actually getting pulled in and kind of rolling in on itself. So it's
Torresing, yeah.
Yeah. That in the middle of the Zonnet, there is just this opening that's starting to open in the middle of this water.
Yikes.
And you see the water kind of pouring in, and all of a sudden you see it just kind of snap wide open. So instead of it just kind of flowing in like that, you guys see the water just kind of plop, just disappear straight in.
Okay.
Well.
Then you guys see one hand reaching, second hand,
Yikes.
Oh.
third hand,
Oh, no.
forehand, and it's almost forcing it even wider.
How big are these hands? Like your hands?
Hands
Well,
or
you
like
said you had a way
tentacles?
out of this.
They are
existence.
hands.
Let's just go to heaven. Just live that.
This is very cabin in the the end of Cabin in the Woods here.
Yep. And then you can hear just the air being displaced by something very, very large moving. And then you guys hear this sound.
Yikes.
And the form you see guys
God.
see before you.
I prevent myself from
wetting myself.
Yeah, it's a 30 to hide.
This is what you guys see.
Oh my god.
Everyone that is there, very shaken by this. No one looks like they recognize what this is.
I'd just like to point out, we were right.
So everyone is disappearing, going to their kind of respective strongholds. Soon Yell does come down to you guys, or he's addressing all of you. We don't know what it is yet. We don't know what it's capable of. It is very big. However, we have something that's just as big.
Ooh, alright, what's that?
We can awaken Vigugazi.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah.
However, in its weakened state, if one of you wish, you can join with Vigugazi. However, I cannot promise you return. So Vigugazi is the tree that you guys kept coming back to. Basically, you would be awakening it and making it into a colossal elemental, like huge.
I also texted Parker and he said they will probably volunteer. Oh, tactical.
So this is too wargamey. If you guys are not
No, this is awesome.
fun, if it doesn't make any sense, let me know. This is like almost accurate to what
sweet.
this is.
Nice.
Okay.
You guys are collected in this place right here.
Got it.
Skarg is going to be Gruul, Vigugazi, Selesnya.
Right.
New Prav is Azorius. The Sun Home is Boros. Nivix is Izzet. Orzova is Orzov. Deadbridge Chasm is Golgari. Gorehouse is Rakdos. Zonnet 7 is Simic. And actually, if you could grab your airbrushed winged guy again.
Sure.
Put that on Vigugazi for me.
Oh my god. Out of curiosity, for like scale-wise, how big are we compared to that thing that appeared?
Mile wide and
Many miles
even taller.
tall, yeah.
Every time we kind of have a round, the big creature on that corner, and Vigugazi, once awakened, can move 1 hex, and then they have individual powers.
Okay.
All of these small units can move 2 hexes, and also, depending on where they're coming from, they have special powers as well.
Okay.
So the idea is either destroy the creature, which will take a lot of time, and that will be like a slugfest,
Right.
or close the portal and cut it off.
Once he's through, do we think that closing the portal is going to have some form of effect?
Could work. It does stop more from pouring in.
Okay. Fair
Yeah,
point.
because there's like little like eldritch horrors like coming out, right?
So, Mr. Teleporty, want to zoop zoop?
9 miles. That will be all of my power for the day.
Well,
I will be absolutely useless in the fight. Alright.
You guys cannot see them. There is a fog of war at the moment. However, you do know that any kind of enemy unit, kind of like what you see over here, is originating from Zonnet 7.
Okay.
As you're moving, they are moving as well. Whenever they get kind of close to proximity to one of these locations, about 3 hexes out is when I'll start kind of revealing them, because that's when they start seeing them. Each place, as you go there, you can pick up people. At the moment, they're residing in their strongholds and they are protecting their stronghold. So you have to kind of go by, rally them, and then they will come out. Each kind of place has their own power that's kind of special to them. Once they get those powers, you can kind of coordinate your units to do different stuff. And then Tin Street, once you guys take that, you guys will be able to take 2 actions each turn. Depending on size, there's going to be just kind of like a straight D20 roll to see who will win such a battle.
Sure.
If there's more units in one compared to the other, they're just going to win every time. The large ones like that are 20. Medium, the yellow ones are 10. I'll let you guys do like 2 groups.
Yeah,
sure.
But because if it was like 6 people doing different directions, it'd be more
Yeah.
difficult. The creature, and Vidugazi will only move 1 hex as opposed to everyone else's 2.
Okay.
Also, something of note, Demir is not shown on the map. I kind of had that location in my head.
Right.
If you guys come upon the Demir, you can lift the Fog of War because they're an information network.
Yeah. Do I have like any rough idea where they might be? Or
So it'd be kind of like you split off to try to find them, and you guys would just find them quicker rather than randomly encountering them.
If you don't want to go alone, I would be happy to flank Buddy for you.
that might be a move. The two of us like fly around, try to find the Demir.
The more
They
likely
they are
to
moving at the same
squash.
time as you.
Right.
However, they're not beelining like you guys are. They're stopping and doing stuff
Right.
like wrecking things, killing people along the way. So they move not as fast as you guys, so they are a bit slower.
So yeah, getting an early fight advantage to 10th Street is going to be huge, because
Right.
then we'll get double the actions.
Honestly, Turnip and I could maybe do the Skark, Sunhome, 10th Street route. Or should we just entirely focus on just flying around?
But what I'm worried about is by the time we get to 10th Street, it might be under siege. We don't get
like
the
we
power
want to just
until
go there
it's
straight.
Yeah.
We could maybe do that then. Go straight to 10th Street, get that, and then search for the Demir from there.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because we can just beeline it.
Yeah.
Have a strong chance of getting there quickly.
What's the power of the cookies?
Yeah.
You mentioned Windwalk. Are we serious? I mean, I could
Actually,
cast
can
it.
you dispel it on us,
It's like
even
300
if you're
foot
not close to us?
Yeah, I mean that's 5 times the speed. It takes a minute to go in and out, but on the time scale that we're talking about,
That's not
and since we're gathering the troops, that it's sort of the ideal spell for this.
Yeah.
So you guys can effectively move 40 hexes.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I mean at that point we could pretty easily rally everything without a whole lot of chance of like the first turn we could be
At 40 hexes,
We can maybe even.
we could even get like here. We're there. Like, so we could basically just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because we know that these guys are starting from over here,
Right. We can just
everyone will start moving
Yeah.
that way.
just move towards like Nivix, basically.
Yeah,
I don't see a downside to Windwalk if
Yeah.
the state change costs us nothing, because
Right.
it basically means we teleport around the map every turn. So if you
we
guys,
can snag 10th Street,
10th Street,
first
and then
round,
maybe even go
and then
to the
find
Gore
Demir.
House,
Toasting those
maybe?
cookies?
Yeah, it's just after that we should then find the Demir and
Yeah,
raise the Fog
yeah.
of War.
Yeah. Oh, true.
and
Yeah.
then we can do Skarg, Prov, Sunhome, Orzhov, meet at Nivix.
But
All right, the plan is made. Now it's a list of things that aren't going to happen.
The diet cap.
And A team goes to 10th Street, and
Yep.
B team goes to Skarg. Sure.
But you guys do see Vidugazi is awakened. So you do see it forming limbs, like curling branches.
Cool.
You guys do see just this huge, colossal elemental. Big fists, big feet, and probably other stuff.
Start forming with trunk.
yeah.
Um,
Well, it's got a truck.
so you guys have gone to 10th Street, and you have gone to Scar.
Yep.
Okay. So you guys have effectively mobilized the Gruul. So with the Gruul, they can occupy any square, and they can flank from any direction.
So we're sending them to Nivix, right?
Yeah.
And so there's an additional person at Vidugazi?
There is so that is the Selesnyan army.
Okay.
Okay, so we have them too.
And we can assume that they will start acting on their own now,
Yep.
because they've been rallied.
Yes. So they have been rallied. So their ability is they can move 2 extra squares.
Oh, sweet.
Okay.
So they
So
can,
they can move as fast as you
forward
guys.
Then, yeah.
Nice.
Okay, perfect.
As fast as our non-gaseous forms.
Yes. 4 squares or 4 hexes.
Yeah. Is there any reason we should leave anybody at 10th Street?
Probably. I mean,
Strongholds are easier to defend
That's true. That's
Um,
true.
because it's like a 4-to-1 ratio.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Yeah.
And also because you're just going to be kind of seeing this stuff along the way. But these are the kind of creatures that you're seeing all very kind of eldritch horror.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
No, all I had to say after this
As long as it smells nasty.
Fuck the civics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess who's gonna not be allowed to exist anymore?
Okay, you guys have moved there, you have mobilized. They have moved as well.
Okay.
It is now the next round.
Should I move them up?
The Gruul will start moving towards Sunhome,
Okay.
and the B team will go to New Prov.
So we can assume they're kind of starting
Should
at
I
the
move
edge.
this?
Yep.
They're moving to Sunhome.
Yep.
Okay, so here and here.
Yep.
And I think we'll-
Gaseous form, where are these guys going?
New Prov. I think big. Ooh, it's gonna be close whether Big Boy gets there before.
before Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll say kind of collectively, everyone putting their noodles together and having the Demir information network. That the giant creature has been fueled by Ugazi, like the world soul.
Right.
It is beelining towards the strongest concentration of said energy.
Oh, that would be Vito Gavi.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously looking around, but its gaze
Yeah.
is fixed on
So-
Vito Gazi. And whenever Vito Gazi's had to go around something, it's kind of mirrored that action.
So that brings a question: do we want this thing to get in contact with Vito Gazi? Do we have a choice?
I don't think we do. Unless we can take it out before it does, but we don't even know if turning off the portal will take it out.
I think we want to find a way of closing the portal if we can.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
Because at the very least, like, this
We'll
thing's
stop
probably getting
these.
some power.
Yeah. And we can stop these things from showing up.
That too. So Vito Gazi, like, gosh, at the very least, just needs to be a big old stall.
Yeah.
Right, until we flip a switch and see what happens.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how we ever possibly take that.
Take this.
Yeah, take that.
I think we can have once we have our forces push forward a little bit, I think they can distract them enough that we can go, like windwalk in.
So if we have Vito Gazi lead that guy away, because
Lead him,
if we
like,
don't, we're
towards
going to
that.
run into him.
Right. Probably lead him towards like that way, or maybe even that way. But-
Probably up this way,
Yeah, like
between
down-
10th Street and Nivix.
down.
Are there any Simics? Like the good side of Simic?
They were at 0.0 effectively.
Uh-huh.
Any Cynics you do see were just the ones that were Zana at the time.
Okay.
No way of telling at the moment.
Okay.
So they hunker down because of big old portal.
So they are firing upon the group of 20.
Yep.
Yes.
Lightly.
Roll. See how weighted it is.
hey. That's for rolls you don't want to lose.
I rolled lower. So they are going to be down to a 15.
Okay, can I have a translucent one? Do you have one? And then the second attack outright kills them, right? Because now they're a 15 against a 20.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sweet.
Light. Strong
Perfect.
play.
Yeah. You.
We gotta move the Gruul up to meet the 20.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I would stagger them, because then Gruul will always be flanking. Rakdos, pull this guy within 2. It shoots this guy once
Yes.
for 20, this guy once for 20, both dead.
I will roll to see if it hits, but yes.
Oh, there's a roll to see if it hits.
It's like it's a hit or miss. It's not like a.
Okay.
Well, we can. I think we can do it regardless.
Yeah,
So
but
pull
the
that guy up.
Rakdos also get to move. We should send them towards the one edge so that they can pull the 1/5 back closer to us.
So yeah, let's start with the red ring.
That will definitely hit.
Okay. Done. And then they have their 2 move and snipe again.
It's the 5.
Bang, bang, bang.
Easy peasy.
20 on
That
5.
will definitely hit.
Alright.
As I started blasting.
Then
So what's going on here?
Tinkering should.
So that's
15 against
15
the
against
15 and a flank.
Yeah.
So,
So-
So you would not
15
incur, like you would win,
Right.
and you would not have no chance of incurring losses. So
Right.
15
So
would
we
die.
just see how much. Oh, they just die.
Yes.
Oh, sweet.
And while we're wind walking, we can basically see what the chances are that we can solo take out one of the pylons.
Yeah. Like, we don't know how big they are, or how they work, or anything like that. Because I do think we should try to get there.
So let's move the Selesnyan in here.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Selesnyan are in here. They'll actually be like that. And then we're gonna go back to wind walk.
Okay.
Fly by way of here so we can get a good look at it and land somewhere like there.
Okay. Just gonna good look at it. So like how I said that the water was flowing out, there's like that
Right.
just in. Flying overhead, you guys could see. You guys are having to avoid some like flying
Yeah.
stuff. But even if they tried to get you, you're far
Pretty
too
tough, yeah.
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 Plus a couple of us are natural flyers.
And you do
so-
see kind of like 8 cardinal points within the Zonnet. You are noting that they are regularly pouring out of this
This pit.
opening. It's not happening every round, it's happening every other round. It seems almost like as stuff is removed, stuff is replacing that.
Okay.
They're also coming from the giant creature with less frequency.
Right.
Okay.
But they are kind of
Like-
being.
Drop it off of there.
Yeah, exactly. And
Kinda
you
like
guys
that would
collectively
do-
had enough that you kind of saw at a cardinal point right here. There was a lone figure, and it clearly was not one of them.
Is the lone figure near one of the pylons?
Not right on top of it, but close in proximity, yes.
Okay. And is there anyone guarding the pylons that we can see?
These things are pouring out, so it doesn't really look like they are not guarding it, and there is not any Simic around.
I do think when we teleport there, I can immediately drop down a silence, so that that figure can't do anything, and one of us can grapple him or something.
Grapple them with pointy hands.
a good grappler's no longer here.
Yeah, that's true. But in the sun, I'm just worried that they'll like sound an alarm or like cast something like that.
I mean, you might just do like stun, 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 stun,
Yeah,
stun.
I'll do my best imitation of that behind me.
Because you two need silent. Do you need
I don't care about
verbal?
silent.
Okay, so I could just set it so that you two can speak.
I've never actually been verbal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Yeah, I do think throwing on a silence would be useful though, just so they don't do anything tricky.
I mean, the pylon is somehow attached to the ground, right?
Is attached to the wall of the Zonnet. So the Zonnet is a straight extrusion down to the earth. It's attached to the side of it like a wall sconce, like a light.
Okay, I could also do an air elemental that's got
Yeah.
fly.
Yep.
And the Earth Elemental is just like the regular one, right?
Yep, just
That's
regular.
like a burrow speed. It could go like
Yeah, I mean that's
where it's.
it could go up against the wall and just
Yeah,
be like,
exactly. Yeah. Okay.
and it does siege damage.
Yes.
So it should be pretty good at.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was about to say with the air elemental. Like, yeah, you could hit it, but wind hitting metal, like efficacy.
Magic
I mean,
wind.
I'm counting on not needing to break it very much to break it.
Yeah, but about the wizard and the lone
I mean,
stranger.
so
Silence.
Silence, and I think we just go
Just
at him.
no benefit
Do
of
we
any
need
doubt.
him alive?
do we know that he's a bad guy?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I was just like,
Wrong place, wrong time.
We're going in, we're dialing it up to 4 without gathering any information.
yeah.
good old fashioned premeditated, cold blooded murder.
This was the Clade leader. I don't know.
So not the warrior dude.
So this
the
is
other
the
one.
ooze woman.
The ooze woman.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
So
Good
no
luck.
grappling.
No grappling.
Yeah, I'm even weary about stabbing.
Yeah, stunning. I don't even know if it'll do anything.
I don't think there's actually anything that's immune to stun.
I apologize. So
We don't
Go in for the kill. You are clear.
rip the jugular.
So, all right, I got a good look at there. I can send us all in. I'll immediately go for Earth Elemental to take the pylon
Sure.
out.
I'll throw it on a silence.
Everyone else can.
Just start wailing on her. So,
The real
Yeah.
trick is you drop on the one side, I'll drop on the other, and
yeah.
blender.
Presumably we'll
Unless you
get.
want to like literally drop on her, I have to put us all in one spot. When we
I think
land.
we'll all.
That's fine.
Presumably we'll get like a surprise round.
All right, is this what we want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's do it.
Well, I guess before we did that, because you guys just moved, but we haven't resolved everything else. Move the units.
Yeah. So.
You guys are teleporting in. You know exactly. Well, you know where she was when you guys flew over. Assuming she's in the same spot.
Yes.
Where do you guys want to come in?
I want to come in at a place where I can immediately get the Earth Elemental up, and they have some hope of
Doing the silence.
Um,
Let me see what the range
so,
on that is.
how far would you guys like to pop in, like Goku?
From her or from what?
From her.
How far was she from the pylon?
So from the pylon, kind of standing near the edge, we'll say, like 10 feet from the edge of this.
Right.
Oh, that's
Okay.
no problem then. Because I got like 90 feet on the summon, and the summon gets a full action, so.
Yep, and then 50 feet down.
Is the
Is-
oh, so she was 10 feet away from the edge,
Correct.
and then 50 feet down from where she is the pylon.
Below.
Oh, yeah,
Not,
drop
not,
us in.
not right in front of her, but like off.
Right.
No, man, this is
Yeah, and
Sparta.
how far from the side is she?
Who's
I mean-
fall damage?
Like, how
I'll
far is
tee her
that
up on the
horizontal?
skewers, you kick her off. I just want to stab.
So you're
All right, so we drop in and ruin her day.
yeah.
Do the old Team America.
Did you drink all those? Nice. And these aren't soft drinks either. You're gonna be a. Yeah, non-carbonated soft drink. Okay, we gotta move you up to hard drinks.
You said she was 10. Or is she?
Yeah, that is 10. Yeah, get out of here. Get out of here, boy. Yeah, so this is effectively showing 50 feet down.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll just put Earth Elemental right here, because the second I come in, I'll drop an Earth Elemental, it'll go down there and start beating on it right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll drop
trying
in
to
like
be
here, probably.
Yes. So
melee strike.
So yeah, my goal would be to
Party
drop
just
in
drop
right
in
here.
there.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So we would be in these squares.
So yeah. Then in
I would
the
probably
middle.
be over here. Okay, there we go.
Put me up front.
yeah, you don't know.
Yeah, how do we know about the ooze thing?
Someone told us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Demir dudes.
Yeah.
Yep, Demir guys told you, and then the Simic guild leader kind of confirmed it.
Yeah. Yeah. So we know she's nasty news. Yeah.
All right, so we drop in.
Yeah.
Drop in. You are immediately casting an Earth Elemental, and it is moving. God damn it.
And it is immediately beating the hell out of that thing.
Should we roll initiative?
Yeah. Yes.
15 to 19.
Wow.
You guys trying to embrace Bale since he's gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
The teleport kind of made you guys nauseous.
Yeah.
And the way that I teleport people is like you like fall through the plane of air for a second.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then come out of the portal
yeah.
somewhere else.
Meanwhile, I'm just like air. Used to be.
Yeah.
Have to kind of like grab you and pull you through. It's flying. You don't naturally fall into
Right.
the portal.
Okay. Turn up. You have won the initiative.
Do me this honor.
What do you want to do?
You want to ring me around the rosy there?
Right there. Surprise.
Add 1 with the rapier. It's gonna be built 20 to hit.
Built 21.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, built 20. Yeah. 38 piercing.
30 piercing?
38.
38. That is
The first hand.
magical.
Yep. It's gonna be a 29 to hit on the second. For 2 more piercing.
The first one's like right into the artery, cutting it. The second one's like.
Assuming she is surprised, we all get a surprise from you.
I'd imagine it was very surprising, so Fen, you're up.
Earth Elemental.
Okay.
Where are you putting them?
He's
In the ground.
in the ground,
Just like,
beating on the side of the thingamajigger.
Alright, so
31 radiant damage
nice.
and advantage on the next attack. But we already have that, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have
31 blasting.
Yeah. Okay.
so he's like 70 in the hole at this point.
Yes.
It's like,
Top of the round. What would you like to do?
I think we're stabbing.
I think that's what you were doing, yeah.
Built 20. 36 piercing. On the first hand.
Okay. So we're above 100.
17. No, I'm kidding. A lot to hit on the second.
A lot will hit.
For 8 more piercing.
I'm tempted to try something.
This is a 29 if you're curious.
What?
Gosh, this has been my first in a while. I like to think that as she's getting more solidified, I would find the bits, like the crucial arteries,
Okay.
you
And
know,
it
like
goes,
the
yeah.
brain stem starts to come together, and it's just like, oh, meet the rapier.
Okay.
You have to pull it out real hard. It scritches because she's turning stone afterwards.
So, the precision and how he does it, it's almost like acupuncture. It's just kind of flits around because she's seizing up, she's getting hit from all directions. You're looking for like an artery or a vein of some kind, no, it's an ooze. But she still has some kind of just nervous system right in the back. And just, like with on one arm with the rapier, just like cutting off the hair and then just sinking in there where the opening that you just made, just kind of shaving the hair off the back. Just right between where you think the base of the skull and like the top of the spine is, and just separate. And you feel like if she wasn't rigid before, she goes like that, and it kind of slumps, but stops halfway at an odd angle because she's just getting more solid, not moving. She eyes are just this gluey, just dull, no life behind them.
Does anyone have Speak with Dead?
I mean,
Probably should have asked some questions first.
Could we turn her to gold somehow?
This is how we
Give
get
it a
our
shot. You
treasure.
got magic item. Give it a shot.
Alright. And my Earth Elemental will just keep trying to separate the thing from the wall.
So effectively, she is dead. Did you want to try to turn her to gold real
Yeah.
quick, or?
Yeah, it says she has to make a Constitution saving throw.
She's going to fail that.
And
You want to teleport this somewhere?
So
Because
you're casting.
I'll find a way to
Force
melt it down and
No,
make
so
it defensible.
the effect that we're looking for is not in here. That's
Confident
the one
I have some
outside. So
printing
I want
plates
you to
somewhere
roll
we can.
a d20. So you effectively have 240 gold sitting in front of you, standing in front of you.
are we taking like the gold statue, or is it converted into coins? And like,
She bursts
So turning her into gold, there is effectively a chunk that is about 240 pieces if you were to start breaking it off.
It should still like look like her though, like pretty well.
The spitting image.
Sweet.
But
Yeah.
gold.
We shouldn't sell this. We should keep it.
Yeah. Put it on our mantle.
He is working below to get your pylon off. And you guys here.
That sounds bad.
Yeah.
It sounds like a
an
crab.
Yeah.
You see this guy crawling up, so that is the noise that you heard.
Right.
But because of how big he is coming out of that portal, and that pylon popped out. This gate just closes, or the steps closed on the point where that's coming out. So he's crawling out of this.
Right.
And you guys kind of heard him just getting ready to strike, and just essentially just like the bottom third of him is cut off.
We should turn
I think
that
to him,
into
what's your name?
Yep. And you're listening?
Yeah.
No response. You just feel just a hunger. Just it feels empty and it wants more of just something. Just this empty, just hunger. Again, it's like white static. Like it's not. That is the only thing driving this thing forward. So what you guys see before you, cliff face. This has popped off. You guys are kind of like standing here at this edge. 50 feet below is where this was snapped off.
Mm-hmm.
You see giant creature, head, arm kind of holding that, and another one kind of raised up here. This is effectively cut off.
Oh, Golem, move!
So it's got. So this is gone. There is now
Yes.
a hole beneath it.
Yes.
It is holding itself up with this arm.
Yes.
Okay.
Golem, get it.
Is that hole open or closed? Been closed.
Yeah.
It has two arms.
Mm-hmm.
At the elbow, there's two. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
So there's effectively 4 hands. 2 latched on the side, the other 2 kind of raised above its head.
Right. And this big pit, did it like fill back with water after the portal closed, or?
When that portal closed, you guys see the water that was beneath that portal. And there's always this constant stream of water, so that
Right.
water's starting to come and no longer falling into this void. It's
It's just,
falling
like,
into
filling
this.
back up.
So it's filling back up, but not noticeably. It's
Okay.
pouring water in there, but
Yeah, so is it bleeding? Can we just stall game this?
oh, definitely bleeding.
Yeah,
Whatever
can we
makes
just
up
cover
the
the
inside
whole
of this
edge
is
with
now the
ice?
outside of this.
We just wait for it to bleed out.
Our cruelest death yet.
It is immune to psychic. It is immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing that is non-magical.
Shouldn't be an issue.
It can not be charmed. It cannot be frightened.
Do we know how these things see?
Teleport
Do
its
they have like
head
eyes?
away.
Or?
It also has an alien mind, so it has advantage on any wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
It has that trail of kind of devastation behind it as it moves. And
Is it good at dodging things?
no,
Can it be- can
it
it
has
be-
natural armor, but not very dodgy.
Can it be blinded?
From what you can see, or what you guys have experienced, blinding doesn't work for this.
Did you say it's immune to cold at all?
I did not.
Alright. I am...
Is teleporting its head a mile away out of...
I can't teleport body parts. Alright. There's so much water around that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like summon up those big spikes of water, or spikes of ice. And I'm actually going to do my once per day beast mode summon up. And I need a dex save.
Big X?
3.
Alright, that is going to be 9d8 points of cold damage. Not 98, but 9d8. Just a second.
Bring it.
6, 11, 18, 25, goddamn, 26, 31 points of cold damage. And it is... Its speed is halved.
Quartered.
Yeah. And the Earth Elemental already acted, right? It knocked the thing off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Effectively taking a third of its health, so.
Oh, I don't mind that. Yeah, I guess that'll be it.
Suda.
Bet he's not
Fairy
wise.
fire, light him up for advantage.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah, do that and
So
like
I
short
cast
bow.
that.
Yeah.
See the dex
Still get those sneak
save
attacks.
Yeah.
versus 18.
17.
So it's all glowy green with green spores.
Okay. So, this new form kind of appeared in front of you guys. The elemental popping off that pylon effectively closed the gate, removing the part that wasn't quite through. And then Fen quickly followed up by summoning these giant icicles from the water below, just piercing. It's already got like a bunch of fearsome spines and stuff sticking out. Now it has more fearsome spines that did quite a bit of damage and quartered its half speed. So this is not a very fast moving thing at the moment. And then Suda just activating her spores throws them at it, and then you guys just watch as these spores kind of grow at just an outrageous rate, just a ludicrous speed, just kind of comes all the way across this thing and it's effectively glowing now. Yep.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna basically fly up beside it, like here.
Okay.
And take 2 strikes, follow up with a flurry of blows, and try to do stunning palm on all of them. You said it has advantage on whiz saves, right?
On wisdom saves.
But
yes.
not con ones?
Not con.
Okay.
Does it have a climbing speed?
Yes and no. It does not have a climbing speed on this, but it does have a climbing speed. So.
You should have advantage.
Oh, right.
You have spory fire.
Much over 20. 26. No, 20. Yeah, 26.
26 what?
It is also mid-climb, which was why I was asking.
Right. So first hit does 15 piercing, and it needs to make a con save for me.
It made an F20 for the save,
Oh,
so
that's
it's,
fine.
I think it's going to build far past what is it, like 18 or
Yeah, it's
something?
only a 16.
Okay.
Yeah, follow up with another hit. This one like 20. No,
20 will hit.
Okay, perfect. For another 9 piercing, gonna give me another save.
Give him the stone cold stunner.
Yeah, I can do this all day.
Built 16.
That. On a DC, he makes it.
He makes it.
Okay. And I'm going to do a flurry of blows, and I'm going to roll both at once just to see if I hit him for both. That one hits over a 20, over a 20.
Okay.
So those 2 hit for 10, 17, for 24 piercing.
All combined?
Yeah, all combined. And then 2 more con saves. Well, 1 and then another if he doesn't
Okay.
make it.
This might be the one. 15.
Yep, he falls. Well, he's stunned. And
Stun? Okay. I'm just trying to...
Automatically fails dex and strength saves now.
Yep. So you guys watch as it kind of limply falls down into this water, and just like the biggest fucking belly smack you get. I mean, on its back.
Right.
The ice that was sticking out of it is all kind of snapped and flew in different directions. I mean, at that height, at that weight, and like water not being able, it's viscous but not able to move out of the way. It just sounds like concrete when it hits it. It just waves everywhere. There's normally some. It's not really a tide, but you kind of see just it's not still water. So there's still, but there's just wild waves coming out of this now.
So you're going to take some fall damage.
Yeah, doesn't get fall damage, unfortunately. But it does fall into the water and is now kind of plummeting at this point. What would you guys like to do?
Just wait.
Keep killing.
Yeah.
I mean, my meta strategy is while it's climbing up again, the Earth Elemental has a turn to basically beat its hands as it's trying to climb up each time and just pick it off as it keeps trying to
And
come back
I can
up.
actually, while it's climbing up, I can keep hitting it. We can both keep wailing on it too. I think all of us can just keep attacking it.
Yeah.
It's within my short bow range.
Just
so,
whittle it
like,
down.
I can keep
Yeah.
I was
casting.
thinking casting Wall of Thorns on the while it's
Oh,
climbing.
nice!
For
Yeah.
78.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so we've effectively come up with a strategy. If when it comes up, you guys can assume, and rightly so, it is going to come back up.
Yeah.
And it's very fired, so we should still be able to track.
Yes, you guys can see it.
Is Wall of Thorns concentration?
I can hit it where it's at now. Just to be clear, with the short bow.
But you are
It's in the
shooting,
water, though.
but you're
It's
shooting
in
into
the
water.
water.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as it breaches, though, it's gonna be its first move.
I give you guys a lot. I'm not giving you that one. I'm sorry.
So you need
As soon as
Well,
it
I mean,
breaches, comes out
yeah.
of the water.
I'm
Which
sorry,
I
as it
think
breaches.
for-
I thought you meant.
Yeah.
Well, it's fine once
Which
the arrow
would,
breaches the
I
water.
think
Oh,
you
no,
would.
no, no, no.
Because he has to choose between Fairy Fire and Wall of Thorns because they're both concentration. But
Don't do the wall of thorns. I can do a wall.
oh, okay.
I also have a blade barrier, which is
You just make it vertical along the climbing path. Feels like sushi.
Yeah, it's just like a soup by the end.
So we're coming up with the action plan when it comes up. You guys are holding actions to do so. So
I think
you're,
you could even throw down the blade barrier now. How long does it last?
concentration after 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How long cast? Just an action.
Yeah, one action.
Cool. So I'm sorry. What was the spell called again?
Blade barrier.
Blade barrier. So what does this look like when you're putting it up?
I guess just like a bunch of spinning blades, like in a wall.
Really fancy blades.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
Gilded.
Yeah.
very gilded. Probably more gold in this than in the statue at the top of the wall.
You can make a straight wall up.
50 feet tall and 40 feet wide.
Oh, okay.
And then you can place that
Right.
however
So
you
you have
want.
to keep crawling through that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like on the side of the walls.
And it'll make it difficult terrain.
Okay.
So it'll be even slower.
Yeah, then I'll get that spell ready.
The only thing about it is we
How long
won't be-
does your spell,
My elemental.
not the elemental, I apologize.
slow?
Slow.
End of my turn.
End of your turn. Okay.
What were you gonna say?
we won't be able to shoot at it though, because it provides 3/4 cover. But I think that's fine.
I mean, but it'll also have absolutely
Yeah,
no
exactly.
choice but to like take the damage
Yeah.
every turn.
It might just die. Because it takes
60,
10.
On a failed dex throw saving. Yeah, then a little farther from the wall, but still close enough to.
Close in proximity.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are casting that. You're holding action with your short bow when it breaches the water.
If the wall's gonna
So the wall-
provide
yes.
cover, then I'm just gonna wait until it's like.
So
You can only shoot the stuff that's on this side of the wall.
Yeah.
that's
It reaches
so it's-
through.
that's what I was about to
Yeah.
say.
Just shoot
That
its
that
hands.
effect for the cover is if you're shooting through the wall to
Oh.
get something on the other side.
Yeah.
But since
Yeah.
it's 10 feet from the
As
wall,
soon as he's visible.
Okay.
above the water.
elementals popping out his hands when he's trying
The
to.
elemental's just making his life hell. Yeah.
Okay, and then what is Fen doing?
I will just take pot shots at it with my energy beam until it makes more sense.
Okay. Zuda? And then what are you also doing?
Like, honestly, I might just float there and laugh.
So you use something's hideous laughter. I forgot. Tasha's
Yeah.
hideous laughter. Okay.
I'm afraid to use my action to throw
It's like,
my,
make a
spore-
save.
spore
Did it
shield.
hurt your feelings?
Okay, so the wall is up. It's been kind of like a round of it sinking, a round of it trying to climb up. Now it's kind of like that third round is now breaching the water.
Mm-hmm.
Advantage.
It's gonna be a 22 to hit,
22 will hit.
No.
29 piercing.
29 pierce.
27 to hit with my energy beam.
27 will hit with the energy beam.
Seriously? So 15 points of cold damage.
And now it is climbing into the blades. I'm making a dex save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish. That would be really funny.
Yeah, like how do you save
I definitely did not beat
fireball?
it, so roll for
Yeah.
damage.
6, 10, 19, 21,
It's pretty good.
28, 35.
Okay.
35 for his first little movement up. This is great.
Alright, this was yours, right?
You might as well hold on to him for now.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And at some point in time, if some portion of it is through the blades, the elemental would swing out of the rock and.
Okay. So not without incurring a lot of damage. Because effectively, you've shot at like its faceplate, just center mass, trying to hit it with the short bow.
Aiming for the soft spots.
Yeah. So I guess that was the hard spot. So like in the neck, next to the faceplate, right where it attaches to its skin. Trying to get that.
There's an eye or a mouth or something.
The blades are up. You shot an energy beam.
Mm-hmm.
So it did hit. You did see it wasn't as effective as you wanted it to be. Just your rolls, not the resistance. Because you're over there ho-humming about like 2 ones that you got.
Yeah, 2 ones.
And then the blades just tearing into this thing. So it's still trying to climb up. The first 2 hands come down, and when the second one comes down,
Elemental.
Does it have advantage on the attacks?
Yes, because of fairy fire.
Oh, good, because it needs it. For the first attack, it is blah 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 blah. 18.
18 hits.
Okay, and that is 2d8 plus 5. 6 plus 5, 11 points of damage, unless it is somehow a structure.
No.
And then the other one is going to be enough because I rolled a 19. So.
Yep.
10 plus 5 is 15 points of damage, and the Earth Elemental will sink back into the wall after it hits.
Give me a strength check for the elemental.
Okay. 11.
So as it's climbing up, like I said, the first one kind of makes it the first 2 hands, and the second arm's coming up, and the 2 hands kind of clasp, and then the elemental is just hitting it in center mass. Kind of see it breaking the first hand, and then when it hits the second one, it does hit. It doesn't quite break it, and it doesn't really force it back into the wall of blades that are on the other side. That brings us to
slow or something.
top of the round. So technically, Turnip, it would be your turn.
27 to hit.
With
Short bow.
short bow? Okay, yep.
So many dice.
Another 29 piercing.
What happened? I was fishing for the elemental to take care of it, but strength didn't quite get it.
Just the softest, juiciest bit. Arrow just
Okay.
right in and through.
You see, it's trying. It's so big, it's still trying to kind of squish itself through. It's still getting hit when it's doing it. But you see kind of center mass in its back where all this hard plating was congealed and the blades just kind of removed it. Some kind of vital heart-lung combined thing, slash nervous system, slash maybe brain. Just this alien organ that was well protected up until now, and just training back and pull back the short bow, and it just ever so slightly a bit more, and the twang just flies true. You see it kind of whiz right by blades that you think are going to catch it, and it doesn't, and it hits that organ center mass, and you see it's about to let out that roar that you guys heard at the beginning, and it just cuts short, and it kind of goes limp and falls back. And when you effectively cut off that portal, they lose that power. The battlefield, and it kind of sway the tide of battle. Eventually, the other creature, his name is Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. He will meet Vidugazi, and they kind of would have duked it out, because I had the character sheet ready to go. Effectively like fists and stomps and stuff like that, and then using wisdom checks he's able to open up new powers available to him, and this would have been after Ulamog would have tried to steal some of that soul from Vidugazi. He would have had a light bulb moment. Trees use roots to take nutrients from the ground. He could root into Ulamog and do the same thing. So there would have been this cool battle of like they would deal damage and then also recover health in doing so. So it would have been this kind of stalemate while they're fighting while you guys would have taken care of this. So yeah, battlefield will be cleaned up, cut off from kind of the source. They did lose a lot of their efficacy. They don't have the technology like you guys did. Using steel on flesh and bone is pretty effective. And then Ulamog would die. And then when you guys see these things die, they do kind of turn to a white dust, and then just an easy breeze is able to kind of take it away. So I guess this is outside. I'll tell you guys later. So everyone kind of, it's post-war time. Everyone's cleaning up. Everyone's trying to find loved ones if they're even still around. And kind of now it's this healing moment after the battle that is over. So with that, everyone kind of going back to their respective guilds. And Vitu-Ghazi does kind of return to the place where it was root, and then effectively takes root in the ground.
How's Bagel doing?
So Bayul is currently in the process of trying to separate from the world soul. Is there any way that you guys want to try to help him do so? Just in your own way.
I'm gonna stand about a monster's distance apart
Okay.
and just beckon my flank buddy to come back.
So, before we get to that, while Vito Ghazi was heading back, question:
Yes.
Was there a giant bolus of world soul energy that came out of the monster that just got killed?
Effectively, during the fighting, he would have absorbed a lot of it, and then yes, when it kind of passed, that the body kind of solidified and just kind of withered away, and you kind of, it was almost kind of like its form kind of start to congeal and start to try to return to Vitu-Ghazi.
So there's no like bunch of world soul that we have to take back. Okay. I was just gonna say we would do that if there was, but there isn't. So what is the? Are we in like the world soul chamber again? Where we were returning it before with the like little teardrop thing.
So that is effectively inside Vitu-Ghazi, so that's where a lot of this was going during the fighting. So you guys don't know until you get into the room if it's all back, but the assumption is there.
Okay.
This was a very large amount, so that 50% that you guys were looking for is probably it.
Okay. And Beul is like in the world soul, not in like Vitu-Ghazi somewhere. Okay. Yeah, I'll take the glove off and kind of reach in like I'm trying to pull him back out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything for
I might try to like sense his key or something like that, and try to like, differentiate him from like Vitu-Ghazi, and like maybe try to like guide Fen a little bit if I can.
So is Vitu-Ghazi, is it like standing in the middle of the street right now and just...
Vitu-Ghazi is back to where it had rooted. It's returned there, and you kind of see it. It's a little different. It's battle weird. It's a little bit different in shape, but effectively it's in the same spot, and it is the tree now.
Oh, you said it was an elemental, right?
So yes, when
Okay.
like it awakened into an elemental. Yeah.
Is the tree like near the source of the soul?
It's inside. So where you guys would return it, that soul well, that was inside Vitu-Ghazi.
Oh, okay. All right. So
So think of like a well, and that is like a spigot sitting outside of that where you guys are drawing or putting it back in.
okay. So Pseudo will cast Spider Climb, and she'll like climb up to the top, roughly where the head might look like it would be.
Yeah.
And then she'll be like, "We did it, Veol. You know, we did it. We saved the universe. You can come out now. Come on. You can come out now."
Yeah.
What if he just wants to stand there? What if we just left him in there? Does that seem like something he'd like?
Like
Being with the world
honestly,
soul?
Maybe.
He was up in age. When
It's a
you
little
guys
bit of an
kind
action junkie, though, right?
Yeah.
a little bit.
You did like nature.
Yeah. Like I don't
Run a
think
piece.
he would be against it, but I think he's got like a few more years in him.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll pull my mask off and say, from one elemental to another,
Give me my friend back.
She'll be like, I knew it.
Yeah, and you guys see like just pouring mud. There's no features or anything like that. It's just kind of like constantly dripping mud.
Interesting. Cool.
So, because
Like,
at
it's a mask
ensemble,
now.
you guys couldn't see an inch of
Yeah,
the skin.
yeah.
That taking it off, it's just effectively dripping on the front of it. It's still cleaning it up, but just
Right.
the pace that it's coming, it kind of looks like he's crying. It kind of looks like
It's like
yeah.
Clayface when Clayface isn't making a face.
Yeah.
Like the kind of like constant.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So he's reaching out to his fellow elemental and asking, give my friend back. Yeah. So you said that you're just gonna.
Yeah, I'll just let him make his
decide.
choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair.
Okay. I guess he doesn't mind. I guess I'll take the. Okay. It's difficult, but he can kind of hear you guys. He can feel something. Something is kind of guiding him. Like an outside force, like what he kind of joined with was just kind of a gentle push, go this direction. And with that gentle push, he can kind of feel, when he was inside it, it was just this amazing feeling of what Selesnya preached all the time, which is being this communal, this giving back to nature and stuff like that. He can feel that sense kind of fade, and he gets more of a sense of self, and he can understand his own wants and desires, and he wants to return at some point. This is a wonderful feeling, but not quite yet. He's still got a couple, and with that, he doesn't appear in front of you guys, and just kind of this weird, dark antechamber that no access to speak of. He can just kind of feel himself kind of wake up and look around, and with that, the wood kind of creaks, kind of opens for him. He just follows a path that's open, and eventually this hall kind of leads to anybody who's still inside. I know there's some people that are like outside and stuff like that. You guys do see Baal. The basic duds. He doesn't really have like the armor and stuff you're used to seeing him in. It's more of just kind of the shaggy moss. Like he didn't walk out like.
Put the mask back on.
and kind of walks out and addresses you guys, and it's still this just incredible feeling, and like we did that, right? We fought these creatures and
Well done.
and
That's right.
yeah. So then you guys kind of collect yourselves, bid welcome to your friend again, and are approached by Sunyal, who just pouring gratitude on you guys. Job well done. How long has it been since the guilds have worked together like that, and you guys have done this in a matter of weeks? That just that all of you from all different walks of life can kind of help each other. You just led by example. And then go on to kind of tell you guys about what it was that happened. These are Eldrazi. They're kind of extra thinner beings. They reside within the astral plane. These are like street sweepers. They come by and they clean out planes. So the Simic had kind of given them a doorway, and kind of in their own twisted way, the woman that you killed, she was attempting to bring just enough to cause panic and then kind of close that off. It would have spiraled out of control if you guys hadn't superseded, so yeah, you guys did good. But effectively, the best way to describe it, the reason why their powers were cut off like that, think that you guys are a fish and you're swimming in the water. When a human reaches their hand in, all you see is the hand. That is what you understand. That was just a piece of Wulong that you guys saw. There's so much more outside of this. So closing it off when you did was an excellent choice. And then there's the other two Titans. That was Ulamog. There's also Kozilek and then Emrakul. Each kind of manifests in their own ways. Ulamog consumes all. Kozilek warps kind of like time and space behind it. Have you guys ever seen that type of crystal that grows in like a square and it looks like a purple reddish Byzantine? I don't know, it leaves kind of this just warped reality behind it when it moves.
Right.
And Emrakul is the worst one of them all. When it comes in and invades the minds of everything and twists them to like an H.P. Lovecraft kind of feel. So if you guys have ever played like Bloodborne or something like that, it's like that. Everyone turns into these strange tentacled beings and stuff like that. So you guys have saved Ravnica for now.
Woohoo! Good job.
Good job, guys.
Plus.
Do we ever find out how they got the amount of world soul that they got to begin with?
It would have been this Simic using Krasis and stuff like that to effectively pull it. And you saw, so it was her that was using an ability to draw the soul out of one thing into another. And
she's the one that killed Monty? Okay.
Yes.
Then I totally would have shattered her statue.
Don't worry, we'll melt that down to make so much money.
And if you guys have any more questions or anything like that, like ask them now, because I know like it was like I had this wild story that was this much is how much you guys found out.
I mean,
I liked it.
yeah, I really like
That was
this.
good. Yeah,
Good.
that's very cool.
Stuff. Yeah, I was
Good
just gonna
stuff.
say thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, good job.
And of course, like everyone's gonna have their moments, kind of coming home. Like I'm assuming you would have your moment.
Moment.
Talking to Boggle Jinx.
Just make sure. Oh yeah. After I save the world, I'd totally be like, Dad, I'm not a failure.